Don't use the word collusion. The word we usually use is well, not collusion. Can you read or can you repeat the question? Could you repeat the question for me again? Yeah. I'm sorry. What was the question? You read the last question. Can you repeat the question? Can you repeat the last part of that question? That went a little fast for me. You have to repeat that for me. Can you repeat the question? I'm sorry. Could you repeat that one? I apologize.
Sure.
Can you start it again?
Okay.
Can you repeat the question just to make certain that I have it? I'm sorry, could you restate? I'm sorry, could you again repeat the question? Pardon me? Can you ask?
They both worked on your team, didn't they?
I know. I heard struck. Who else were you talking about? Who? Can you repeat that? Sorry, can you move the microphone up a little closer?
Director, please speak into the microphone.
I'm sorry. Thank you.
Director, could you speak more directly into the microphone?
Could you speak into the microphone?
Yeah, I will.
Director, please speak into the microphone.
I'd have to look more closely at the statute.
I just read it to you.
I'm not familiar with that. I am not certain of the person who originally can't find it quickly, but please continue. In those areas, I am going to stay away from. I have no knowledge on either. Don't know that for sure. I am not familiar with that. I'm not going to comment on that. I'm not going to try to explain that. I'm going to pass on that.
Yeah.
I don't know when I found that out. And not going to talk about that. I'm not going to talk about that. I can't speak to that. I can't go into the discussion. I'm not going to speak to that. I'm not going to speak to that. Can't get into that. That's not within my purview. I'm not going to get into that. Can't get into details. And I'm not going to answer that question, sir. No, I can't get into it. Can't speak to that. I'm not going to answer that. I'm not going to speak to that. It was outside our purview. I recall that one. Cannot remember it. Don't believe so. Can't get into that. Internal deliberations. Not going to get into that. Can't get into that. I can't get into the evidentiary fight. I can't get into it. Can't get into that.
A lot of things you can't get into.